Hey everyone, welcome back to America Trends. It's a good song. Hey, surprise! I talked Jeanette Orona into staying for another segment to talk a little bit more about Lyme disease. Her website is Wellness for Lyme. Wellness for, the number 4, then Lyme is spelled Lyme. And what a story you have. I want to have you back someday soon, but I'm so glad that you could stay for another segment because you had a 9-year ordeal trying to figure out what you had. And how did you say you met someone who introduced this to you. How many people had you gone through before you found this? What was a chief, you say?
Yes.
So alternative treatments, and they worked for you.
Yeah, and these people turned into family to me.
I'll bet.
So I almost actually didn't try it when I was introduced to the mushroom blend because I had tried so many things and I had spent all my savings. I sold everything I had just trying to get well.
And that's what happens, because then when you get diagnosed afterward, too, insurance doesn't always pay for it all. And that can bankrupt people.
And I'm glad that you brought that up because, you know, at first, if you don't know anything about Lyme disease and you finally get a diagnosis and you're like, yes, I know what I have, now I know what I need to fight.
Yeah.
There's no cure for chronic Lyme disease. So if you've had it past the 3 months, it's just turned into chronic and it's so much harder to beat. The antibiotics will not kill it.
Just real quick, the 3-month thing, can you give like sort of a red flag warning for people to know if you think you've been bitten by a tick? You or even a pet maybe. A child, don't worry about, don't think, am I overreacting? Don't just sort of brush it off.
Don't brush it off.
Go to the doctor now.
Get on the antibiotics, even if you're not sure. If you just think that you got bit or your child got bit, assume that you got bit, ask them, can you give me some antibiotics? Because when you first get bit is the time that the antibiotics will work, like I said. After the 3-month period, it's not going, the antibiotics most likely won't work.
And this can present, you can get bitten as a child and it can present in your 30s, 40s, 50s, way later, and that's why people have no idea.
Yes.
So you're saving yourself, and it's so important. It just sounds like one more thing to deal with when you're when you're trying to take care of your health. But if you have this, and so many more people have it than they even know about, let alone what doctors report.
Yes, it's a huge epidemic, and I recommend that everybody should look up Lyme disease and just read a little bit about it.
It's funny, I have a friend from high school, and just a quick little aside, she contacted me a few years back and she said, I know you're a praying person. Will you pray for me? I have this. I know it sounds weird that I have all these weird things, but no one can figure out what it is.
Yeah.
And I wrote back after knowing this other person that's close to me, and I said, I don't think it sounds weird at all. I think it sounds like Lyme.
Good for you.
And she, I don't know. I mean, it just jumped
out at me. At least you opened her eyes to at least getting tested.
She sort of said, sure, yeah, they don't really think. A year later, she wrote to me and said, it's Lyme, you were right. And I was stunned.
Wow, yeah.
So that's just how much of a mystery. She only took 1 year. You took, my friend took 8 years to diagnose. How long was yours?
It was a few years. I mean, my symptoms started in 2009 and I got diagnosed in 2013. And that felt like a lifetime for me.
So here are some of the symptoms. And these you can have, is this right that you can have some or all?
Most of the time, anybody that has Lyme disease will have at least 20 of the symptoms.
20, so this is just a sampling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Severe fatigue, body aches, for our radio audience, just gonna read some of these. Joint pain and swelling, eye inflammation, fever. A fever can occur 3 to 30 days after the initial bite. Headaches can also occur initially. Neurological problems, liver inflammation, chills, rash. I know one way it presented in my close friend, blackouts. You couldn't drive anymore, couldn't do anything.
Well, one of the things that my best friend and I, we kind of joke about it now, but when my symptoms first started, I'm talking right in the beginning, I was driving home from work, and I had been working there 8 or 9 years at this time. I didn't know how to get to my house. I got to this certain point on Scripps Highway Parkway, and I was like, just blank.
It's just in San Diego. We're in Southern California here, so you're on your street.
Calling my BFF, and I'm like, okay, I know this sounds really weird, but I don't know how to get home from where I'm at. And that happened about 3 times. And I told my doctor, and I said, look, this is not me. I've been working at this job for years. And it was just, I had somebody pass away in my family in 2008 that really affected me. And so the doctors were telling me that it was depression, and I said, look, it's not depression. You know, it's not. I would never, ever let it get to me to the point where I was going to be missing work or not remembering how to get home. Like,
what a story Jeanette Orona has. She is the founder of Wellness for Lyme. And so you went through all this, and then, again, we'll just show the products. We had them last segment, but a few things for our TV audience to see. These are some of the things, the way you can ingest this compound that has helped you. And you think it's...
I call it a miracle.
We like to say cure, we like to think cure, but symptom-free, which is huge.
Yeah.
What was the biggest thing that helped? You say it just took a few weeks?
Just the energy that I started feeling. It was like a shift where all of a sudden I'm getting out of bed and wanting to like start wearing a little bit lipstick. And you know, before I got sick, I was lipstick and makeup every day, like always wanting to wear cute clothes. But when you're sick like that, you don't even think about that stuff because you're just having migraines, you're in a lot of pain. And the pain moves around your whole body. So one day it could be pain in your back, and the next day it's in your legs. And the day after that, it's in your arms and shoulders. It's just, it's so common too, that it really gets to me. And when I look back and think how long I went through that, and I talk to people that have actually had it their whole adult life and didn't know it for many years, and then they still have to like fight it. And I've seen them change their lives. And then I told myself, I have to do something to spread the word about this, because I would have done anything for just a little bit of hope when I had spent all my money and I still wasn't better. If somebody would have just, and somebody did it for me. I mean, I was introduced to it and it changed my life.
CBD.
So now I feel like I need to do it. The Immune Blend mushroom, the mushrooms and the BioVita is, just try it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you try it for 1 month, it's going to change, you're going to feel the change in your body. Your pain starts decreasing because this takes away the inflammation. And when you have pain, a lot of it's caused by inflammation and nerve pain.
Inflammation's the devil for all kinds of diseases, yeah.
Yeah, so if you just take those two things for 1 month, I guarantee it, I have not seen anybody stop.
How many people have you seen try it?
Quite a few people, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you started feeling better after 2 weeks.
So I hadn't driven my car for months, and in 2 months I was driving my car.
I'll bet that was scary.
It was a little weird, but it was exciting. I was just so happy that I was like, had my makeup on and I was driving outside. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess I wasn't scared. I wanted it so bad. I wanted my life back. You know?
So you were up on your feet enough to feel secure that you could do this, and you were, wow, that's so neat. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I say everybody get tested if you think it could be an issue, and we'll have to have you back on and talk about. There's a lot of mystery with it because, like I said, you can pass it in the womb. But this person I have close to me passed it in the womb, but also has a couple adopted kids, and they have it too.
Oh, wow.
And so it just makes you say,
my heart goes out to them.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know,
but you're doing a good job for us, Jeanette. Thank you. And please come back. Wellness for Lyme's the website. Thank you for what you're doing and for spreading the word. And I just wish you the best to come. Stay symptom-free.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Appreciate it. Okay, we're back after this with Kristen Sunana Walker talking about a few things. Mental Health News Radio Network.